This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. Hello, everybody. Look at the dogs over there. Is that crazy or what? All right. Hey, thank you, Teresa Murray. Right out of the chute there. All right, well, you guys remember a few weeks back we covered a case in Portland. Let me get my folders open here. It got shut down temporarily. And it was the Kristin Smith case that we talked about. And I think we did it on, let's see, I can tell you the date. Oh, it was actually last week. It wasn't only about a week ago. Seems like it was longer, doesn't it? Kristin Smith, though, that was on May 26th, so just a week ago. Man, it feels like it was like 2 months ago, that case. But that and a number of other women have gone missing since she went missing, I think. Like, she went missing on February 3rd, but was found in May, but then all of these other individuals late March and April went missing, and their bodies were found far away from where they would have been. So they were dumped somewhere. So it looks like there might be a serial killer. I mean, it could just be coincidental, you know, but I don't know. I think there's I see some things that are lining up, like the sort of like the Southeast Portland connection. And I bet you if there is a serial killer, they kind of live in that 205 sort of area. I mean, that's just my opinion, in sort of near Southeast over there. It's pretty crazy. But anyways, we're going to go through all of the different cases and then the new articles that come out talking about all of them. And we'll see what they have to say. Plus the phone lines up there. I mainly want, well, anybody can call in, but mainly if there's family members of these people or friends that we're going to be going over, you can call in at any time. Yeah. So let's go to the middle monitor over here. So everything in blue here is connected to the case, and then there's this one also up here and over here. So if you took did like a circle and put it in here, let's see what happens. Maybe right around in this area. Yeah, boom. I mean, wow, that just nailed it. So that means there's a 22-mile, I don't know why they said 100 miles in their article, one of them. But look how amazing that is. Like, right where I have it, I would say that, you know, the person, if there is a killer, might live like right in this area. But look at, you've got the, one of them was out here, this one was in Washington, and from the center here, it's 22 miles, 22 miles, 22 miles to the furthest point, and everything else is inside of that. So that's pretty crazy, right? Well, you must not have done it, Danielle. You just don't know. Thank you, Mona L. and Middleman Joe 59. Okay, so let's just get going here and let's see what order. I'm not sure if there's a particular order that I'll try to do it by. So Kristin Smith was first. That went missing. So let's get that going. Let me get my music going on the loop. All right, so let's just do Kristin Smith over again. Just so that's all in your head. So this is the Gresham Police is asking for the public's assistance with locating this is when she was missing. A 22-year-old female, Kristin Smith. She sometimes uses the last name Reedus. Kristin's family says that she usually checks in with them frequently. They are concerned because she hasn't checked in and they haven't seen her since November 19th, 2022, when they saw her in Portland near Mall 205. So I guess that's even later, or not too long ago though. Kristin's family is concerned because she was reportedly in an abusive relationship in the past. They are concerned that she is being prevented from contacting her family. It turns out it wasn't, I mean, it could still be related to that, but it doesn't seem like that now. It seems like they thought she was being held somewhere, but her, like these other women, had their bodies sort of dumped off the side of the road in various places. For lack of a better term, I don't really know a better way to say it. Kristin is described as being 5'2", with strawberry blonde hair and blue eyes, and weighs 100 pounds. And these are some of her recent photos. And that was on January 3rd. And on January 4th. Where is Kristin Rita Smith, Oregon woman, missing for nearly 3 months at this point? Authorities in Gresham, Oregon are looking for Kristin Ritas, a 22-year-old woman who hasn't been seen in nearly 3 months. Reports aren't exactly clarifying why it took so long to report the Oregon woman missing, but her loved ones have expressed worry about her after going so long without contact. According to KPTV News, Kristin Ritas, who also uses the name Kristin Smith, was last in contact with her family around November 19, 2022. At the time, she was reportedly at Mall 205. See, that's what's so crazy about all these cases here. They all are. Let me go to the Mall 205. They're just kind of. Everything's associated with this southeast Portland area. So there's Mall 205, okay? Then there's another woman that's coming up in a little bit named Ashley Reel, and she went to this Burger King, I think, right here. And she actually lived right here, and then she's found way over here, dumped on the side of the road. Okay, so it feels like there is something related. I think it's sort of like a southeast Portland. It's strange, but every single person, even when they're found way up here, I think she lived in a southeast Portland area. So it makes you definitely think a little closer to it being a serial killer. Her family is concerned about her primarily because they claim that she was in an abusive relationship in the past. This comment indicates that they fear for her safety. Right. All right, so then February 3rd, Gresham family asked for public's help finding 22-year-old missing for 2 months. More than 2 months after she went missing in southeast Portland, 22-year-old Kristin Smith's family is holding on to hope she'll be found. It's quite like a piece of you is missing that really the only way you can describe it, Haley Smith, Kristin's sister, said. Each day that passes and Melissa and Haley Smith don't hear from Kristin, they get more concerned. So I remember we played this on the show. It was like the family interviewing, and that's her right there. Melissa and Kristin typically wears different wigs, apparently. So I guess that's a wig in that one. So she may not look exactly like the photo on the flyer. She does have a tattoo stick and poke on her right hand, and outlining a red butterfly so that it's a distinctive way of identifying her. All right, so you have that. Then on May 26th, missing Gresham woman remains found in Portland, police say.
Family is looking for answers.
On Southeast Deerdorf Road, where authorities say the remains were found in this wooded area nearby. The family tells me this isn't the update they were praying for, and now they want answers.
Oh, and by the way, if you guys could look at the stream goal at the upper left-hand corner, just like in the day with the day viewers, if you could help support the channel, it allows me to keep doing the shows and also allows me to support a ton of different charities because I want to out of the income from the channel. Thank you very much.
Kristin loved the parks, the outdoors.
Kristin Smith's family says they'll always remember her contagious smile.
Thanks, Daniel.
The giggle. That girl had a laugh.
And Flavel for answer. Remains belong to Kristin.
Yeah.
I think of her every moment of every day.
And her family's search has turned into one for answers.
What happened? I know she didn't just suddenly die.
Right.
They remember
Wig.
family going and
Yeah,
anyone.
anyways, we found where she was found was, let's see, let me get the, see, it's interesting again because you've got a situation where you've got the mall over here and then her body's found outside of sort of the main place where people live and in the woods over here. And I remember this is that place where just looking at the cracks on the ground we could tell where her body was located. Probably likely the person pulled over right here and put her body down that embankment there off to the side. So they pulled into this area and put her body down the embankment. All right. So then the next one is Joanna Speaks on April 18th. And she has a, I mean, I don't know if this is her Facebook page or not, but there's just a couple pictures on it. Nothing really going on in there. And then an article on April 18th. Oregon woman's body found near Ridgefield. Investigators suspect homicide. The body of 32-year-old Joanna Speaks was found near an abandoned barn in the Ridgefield area on April 8th. Investigators in Clark County have launched a homicide investigation after the body of an Oregon woman was found on an abandoned property near Ridgefield earlier this month. Officers from the Ridgefield Police Department and crews from Clark Cowlitz Fire Rescue and responded to reports of a body found at a property in the 8000 block of South 5th Street just before 6 p.m. on April 8th. Okay, so let me just show you. This is where it says she lived in 2022. I think. I don't know if that's the... I think that might be... I'll have to look that up. I think that's the wrong place. There's another place. It could be that she lived there, but I might have to look that up. But anyways, this is where she's found. Way up in... She's from Portland over here. Way up in this area in Ridgefield, Washington. And that's actually kind of where my parents had property in La Center up until like 4 years ago or so. And that's pretty close to here. But somewhere right around in here by an old abandoned barn. So, you know, maybe if you know, something off in the distance over there. Don't really know. This is the right road though. Yeah, I guess maybe something like that. Looks kind of like an old barn and kind of a not the greatest piece of property in the world, so maybe back in that area. Welcome, Heather Shields. And then also Judy T. So somewhere around in here, they weren't really specific about it. Officers from Ridgefield Police Department and crews from Clark Cowlitz Fire Rescue responded to reports of a body found at a property in the 800 block of South 5th Street, 8000 block of South 5th Street, just before 9 p.m. on April 8th. Officers requested that the Clark County Sheriff's Office Major Crimes Unit respond, along with a similar unit headed by Vancouver Police. At the time, law enforcement did not release any further details about the identity of the person found on the property or the circumstances of their death. On Tuesday, the Sheriff's Office released a statement revealing that the person had been identified as Joanna Speaks, 32, of Oregon. Her death was ruled a homicide, but CCSO did not offer any further details about how she died. Speaks' body was found near an abandoned barn on the property, and the Sheriff's Office said that there were signs she had been moved to that location. So probably they saw drag marks on the ground. CCSO is asking for the public's assistance with the investigation, the agency said. Let's see, abandoned barn on the property. See, I'm wondering if that's what that is right here. I mean, although 800... Let's see, 800 South 5th Street. 8,000, I mean. There it is. So that's right here, that piece of property. Maybe that's the barn right there. But it's 8,000 block. So when you say 8,000, and then you go, well, the 8,100 is right here, so it's got to be right in this area, right there. And if you go with exactly what they said, here's the 8,000 block, and looks like this is kind of broken down a little bit there. It's hard to really say, but let me see if we can see anything from the street here. Yeah, that doesn't look too great, even just like there. See how it's all broken down? So that was actually looking through to this one, and maybe that's the barn. That big one there. How would they get in there? I guess maybe they could have turned down that road there and then drove across the... This whole thing looks like it. I think that's the property right there. Look at this. Yeah, I mean, that whole property looks like broken down old barns, where the other one looked somewhat newer. Okay. Let's see. Anyone with further information is asked to contact Clark County Sheriff's Office Major Crimes Unit. Thanks, Danielle. Yeah, it's so different on the areas. Time of day, it's weird. Coroner, woman found near abandoned Ridgefield barn died from head, neck injuries. The Oregon woman found deceased near an abandoned barn in Ridgefield earlier this month suffered blunt force injuries resulting in her death, the Clark County Medical Examiner's Office announced Wednesday. Hey, Lillian. The ME determined that 32-year-old Joanne Speaks died from blunt injuries to both her head and neck. Her death was ruled a homicide. In a release on Tuesday, so that means somebody, hit her in the head, hit her in the neck, and then moved her there. In a release on Tuesday, the Clark County Sheriff's Office revealed Speaks' death was now being investigated as a homicide. Speaks' body was discovered on Saturday. Yeah, I don't know, Discerning Light. Do you mind if I just get through the story? That'd be pretty cool, though, wouldn't it? Speaks' body was discovered on Saturday, April 8th, near a barn at 804. Now we got the actual 804 South 5th Street. I think that's the one, though. I bet you anything. Well, I don't know. I can't bet. Well, there you go. I mean, it was right on top of the barn that I was looking at. Come on, everybody. Doesn't that deserve a boom of some sort? That's literally the barn that I was looking at. Now, there's other barns that aren't the greatest right there, but... 804 South 5th Street. Okay. Speaks family tells Coin that her children, she has 3 children, have been living with other family members for some time. They say Speaks was usually in Gladstone and Milwaukee. See, that's the thing. Gladstone and Milwaukee are exactly... I'll just show you where Gladstone is. And you'll see, now we're in the same place with all the other... Look at right there. Gladstone and Milwaukee's right around this. They're all southeast. Right there. There's Milwaukee. Now, CCSO asks anyone with information about Speaks' whereabouts prior to her death or who witnessed suspicious activity at near the barn in recent weeks to call their tip line at 564-397-2847. And here's another one.
Just
from
why?
KGW.
Just how, like, why did this happen? How? It just doesn't make sense.
Robin Speaks is desperately searching for answers after her younger sister, 32-year-old Joanna Speaks, was found murdered.
We're all just asking every single thing that you could think of. Just, you know, maybe it was this, or did we check here, or we're trying to cover all the bases, but
Thanks, Teresa.
we don't know.
Stepsister Ariel Hamby says the family has so many questions.
The cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head and neck, and that's all we know.
Richfield Police Department and Clark Cowlitz Fire Rescue responded to reports of a body on April 8th. Authorities say located on a property off South 5th Street and 78th Place, about 1 mile off I-5. Though detectives say it doesn't appear that's where Joanna was killed. And according to the Clark County Sheriff's Office, there are indications that Joanna Speaks' body was moved to near this abandoned property.
I think she's standing right there at that. Let me just look. I think she's standing right here. Yeah, with that gate back there. Looks a little different, but the wood's the same. See the wood and right there. That's the red post and the taller one.
Behind these no trespassing signs, there's an abandoned barn. That's where the sheriff's office found Joanna's remains.
There you go.
It keeps me up at night thinking
So it's this barn, right?
that whoever did this to her, and that person is walking around.
Joanna lived in the Oregon City area. Her family says it's where Joanna was killed. And according to the Clark County Sheriff's Office, there are indications that Joanna Speaks' body was moved to near this abandoned property. Behind these no trespassing signs, there's an abandoned barn.
Okay. Oh, was that Teresa Marie? Well, thanks, Teresa Marie, for the one from earlier, too. All right. So I think it's the one, if we're looking at that correctly, that means it should be this barn right here. But that's the address the 8004 went to. So it's this barn. And let's put the exact barn on there. Yeah, because if we go down the street view and look right here, probably turn, and there's the same gate that now has a different, it doesn't have this metal gate on it anymore. This is from, God, look at that, Windows 2019. So right over here based on that, it just right off to the left is that first barn, and you can see it from up in the air, which is right here. And so that's it. The abandoned barn. She was found in that one. That's weird. How did they get through the gate? Maybe the gate was broken and they just put this piece of wood there now. This piece of wood that you see in this picture, that's just put there now because the gate in 2019 had metal on there, so something's changed.
Barn. That's where the sheriff's office found Joanna's remains.
It keeps me up at night thinking that whoever...
Well, that's cool. That means there's an angle that we can see it from exactly right over here. There we go, like they were looking at it. And there it is. Yep. So we were looking at this a few minutes ago. I said, wow, look how shitty these two barns look right here. And that's the one that they're saying it's in. You know what? I think this whole property is probably not even really being used. You know what I mean? Like just totally ignored. Looks like there might be, I don't know if this is the same. This is a different property here. And maybe all of the buildings on this property are broken down. So I don't really know what is going on there, but this person knew somehow that that's what it was like, or just drove around and found a place, but I don't know. I don't think so. Thank you, Arame, and Kathy Chapin, and Eugenie. Oh wow, right across the street from what is this? Wow, what if this person's a trucker of some sort? And they saw that spot because they've pulled in here before to deliver stuff. Looks like, what is this? Family Dollar Distribution Center. Well, we'll just have to leave that up on there. That's sort of interesting. Well, like, why did this happen, said Robin Speaks, Joanne's older sister. How? It just doesn't make sense. This is a question the entire Speaks family has been asking each other during the past 2 weeks. We are all just asking every single thing you could think of, like maybe it was this, said Ariel Hamby, Joanna's stepsister. Did we check here? We're trying to cover all the bases, but we don't know. The cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head and neck, and that's all we know. Ridgefield Police Department and Clark Cowlitz Fire Rescue responded to reports of a body on April 8th. Authorities said it was located on a property off South 5th Street and 78th Place, about 1 mile off Interstate 5. Yeah, well, we already found where that was. Right? Is that... Yeah. What's this one? Yeah, South 5th Street, right. According to the Clark County Sheriff's Office, Joanna's body was found near an abandoned barn on the property. It keeps me up at night thinking that whoever did this to her, blunt force trauma to her head and neck, I mean, that is violent, and that person is walking around, said Hamby. Joanna's family said she leaves behind 7 siblings and 3 children, her 7-year-old daughter and 2 teenage sons. Let's see, leaves behind 7 siblings, wow. You can definitely tell they're sad, said Hamby. They've broken down the first couple days, but now it's like they're trying to avoid talking about it. Robin Speaks and Hamby said Joanna had been battling addiction on and off for years. I was kind of thinking that when they said that she hung out in Milwaukee and the other place, I can't remember. It's not really the greatest place in the world. We have amazing memories. Thanks, Kubi, and welcome, Crystal. We have amazing memories with her. She was a big kid. She was hilarious, sarcastic, and super witty, said Hamby. She's now the missing piece of our family that completed us, and we'll never forget her, and we'll never let our kids forget her. Thank you, Emily Flotilla. Never illa. let's see. Her children have made it clear that they would like to keep a piece of her with them, but also have a place to visit where her name and life will be engraved and never forgotten. We're not a as for the finding justice for Joanna, we're not a family that gives up, and we won't give up finding answers. Doing whatever we have to get some sort of peace for her, said Robin Speaks. And Clark County, I think it's Clark County Sheriff's Office, is asking for the public's assistance, down here, with investigation. The agency said, please contact detectives if you are aware of any suspicious people or vehicles at or near 8004 South 5th Street in Ridgefield during the last few weeks. Alright, so that is, well, there's one more article on here. Hold on. This is in the New York Post, so this is April 24th. It says, missing Oregon mom of 3, Joanna Speaks, found dead outside a barn. The remains of missing Oregon mom were discovered outside a barn in a remote area of Washington State. It's not really that remote. Police believe the body of Joanna Speaks, 32, was moved to the barn in Ridgefield, Washington, after the mother of 3 was killed by blunt force trauma to the head, according to KGW-TV. The Clark County Sheriff's Office said Speaks' death was being investigated as a homicide. The woman's stepsister, Ariel Hamby, was shocked about the gruesome discovery. Hey, thank you so much, Mark Willis. I'm in Washington State, no shortage of serial killers around here. Haven't heard of this one. Well, this is new. It's happening right now, Mark. This isn't, we don't even know if it's a serial killer. We're just going over this is a story that's just kind of came out today, which involves one of the women that we talked about a week ago. Yeah, about, let's see, 7 days ago, yeah. Doesn't it seem like it was longer ago that we talked about Miss Smith? That's just weird. Her children have made it clear that they would like to keep a piece of her. Okay, so we got the similar in that article. So that is it for her. Then we're going to move, I'm trying to do this chronologically. Some of them are hard to determine, but Ashley Reel. Okay, so this is Ashley Reel on Facebook. Not much on there again. I don't know if this is just brand new or when this happened, but that's her right there in that picture. It's kind of small. You'll see a better one in a minute. Please ask for help in finding woman missing since last month. So this is April 19th, this article. Portland police are asking for the public's help in finding a missing 22-year-old woman. Ashley Reel was last seen at a fast food restaurant in the 12,000 block of Southeast Division Street, heart of Southeast Portland. Monday, March 27th, police said they also believe she was a Gateway Transit Center the same day. So again, that's out there as well. Police said all leads to her location have been exhausted. Ashley is 4'11" and weighs 85 pounds, so really tiny. And there she is right there. She has black hair, brown eyes, and piercing in her nose. She was last seen in surveillance images wearing a black jacket, a gray hooded sweatshirt, black pants, and white shoes. She was carrying a brown tote bag. And it looks like she, got something to eat there. Anyone who sees her is asked to call 911. Okay. So I think it's the Burger King, because you go to that address, and the address puts you right over here in this location. So, this is Oregon right here. Portland, and Southeast is over here. See, there's a river right there, and almost every one of this happened on the other side of the river except one. To be honest with you, the other person, Joanne Speaks, lived there, but she's found way over here. So that's there's 3 sort of distance outlier ones where Joanna Speaks is here, Bridgette is found here, and there's another woman in a minute called Charity Perry who's found over here, and there's like exactly a 22-mile sort of radius on them. Although earlier I had it right here, but this one's way outside of that. So this is where she lived. So if I had to extend, I guess I'd have to edit that. I probably, let me see, measurement. Can I make it bigger? Yeah. I'll just delete it. Yeah, because I forgot that it's down in this county down here. But here's the burger, the fast food restaurant right next to the address they gave is right here. And it turns out it's a Burger King. And I think in that video there, she's coming out this door right here. Now this is from February 2022. It looks like, you know, somebody got their brains blown out right next to this door here, but I'm just kidding. I don't think so. But now right through this door, if you look at that surveillance footage, I think it's this place. I don't know if 100% sure, but see outside when she's leaving, there's that little yellow parking area there, and then the white lines. Well, I think that might be right here. And in fact, it even kind of looks like, I mean, it's hard to absolutely know, but it looks like there's a sidewalk, the yellow, and it's really the only fast food restaurant in this area. I mean, I guess, what is that? That's a taco time. Let's go check the taco time over here. Yes, that's not it, see. I think that's the Burger King. So, and I looked her up, and look where she lives. She just lives right here. At least she lived here at one point. And it makes you feel like she still lives there because it's so close to where she was eating. And it's like, I didn't even know this existed, but it's like a trailer park right in the middle of a city. It's crazy. I never even knew that existed. So in here, right? Anyone who sees her is asked to call 911. Anyone with information about her whereabouts is asked to email missingandpolice.portlandoregon.gov. Thanks, Eugenie, for the gifted membership. And then this article came out on the 19th also. The Portland Police Bureau Missing Persons Unit is seeking help from the public with information about a missing woman. Ashley Reel, 22, was last seen at a fast food restaurant in the 12,000 block of Southeast Division Street on March 27, 2023. So she's actually, I'm going to change hers to March 27th. Usually the last day somebody saw somebody is when they actually, something happened to them. 03/27. We have information that she may have also been at the Gateway Northeast 90th Avenue Transit Center. So let's see where that is. Gateway Transit Center. Hey, Scout Dude, thank you. Transit Center. And look where this is. It's just, again, out in this area. Who's patrolling? Who's out here doing this? Ashley Reel. Gateway Transit. Yeah, and look at this right here, you guys. There's the Ashley Reel. That's where she is known to be been. And look what's right here. Mall 205. Just like Kristin Smith. I mean, my God, it's like so close there. And that's the last known location of Kristin Smith at this mall. I think there really could be something going on here, just based on kind of what we're seeing already. And all in a short amount of time. Thank you, Scouting Dude. I think you're the boss freak right now. I'll have to make that bigger now that you're the... There you go. Now, let's see. Yeah, so she's at the transit center. She's also was known to be there as well. Transit Center, Mac Station, 9900 Northeast Multnomah Street, on the same day. Let's see. Also been at the Gateway Northeast 99th Avenue Transit Center, Mac Station. On that same day, despite efforts to locate her, Ashley has not been found or heard from, and leads have been exhausted. She is a Hispanic female, 4'11", 85 pounds, black hair, eyes with piercing in her nose. She was last seen with a black jacket, a gray hooded sweatshirt, black pants, and white shoes. She was carrying a brown tote bag. If you see Ashley, please call 911. If anyone has information about Ashley's whereabouts since she was reported missing, they're asked to email missingpolice.portlandoregon.gov and reference case number 23-86096. Well, thank you, Teresa Murray. So kind. See, these are the surveillance shots right here. There's one. Pretty sure that's the Burger King there. I'm not 100% sure though. I just feel like that's right there, and it feels like it's got to be close. Thank you, Wendy Peppercorn. All right. Then on May 31st, which is just 2 days ago, I think this her finding of her was sort of the like, okay, this is getting crazy now type of thing. All right. Detectives have identified human remains that were found earlier this month in the Eagle Creek area as those of a missing Portland woman. The Clackamas County Sheriff's Office said Wednesday. Detectives have determined her death is suspicious in nature, and that's a picture of her right there. Remains located May 7th, 2023 on a... So that's almost, like, gosh, almost a month ago now. On Say Judd Road. Okay, let's get that in there. Say Judd Road, Eagle Creek. I think I thought I already had a pin for her, but yeah, right there. Okay, yeah, I have it right there. So I'm on the right road here. Near Eagle Creek, detectives looking for anyone witnessing... I used to fish in Eagle Creek as a kid. We'd take the bus out there. It's crazy. Detectives looking for anyone witnessing suspicious activity near that location between March and May 2023, or anyone who has had contact with a victim this year. Contact 503-723-4949. Now they're asking public to report any suspicious activity they may have seen in the 29,000 block. So there it is, 29,000 Southeast Judd Road. So we go up here, we put that in there, and it should land pretty much on that the pin that I've got. Yeah, right there. So she was found here in this location. Now, isn't that weird? I mean, doesn't this look kind of like that other property? I mean, almost like a lot of crap going on here. Was she found? We don't know exactly where she was found, but it's strange how it has that similar. You know, these are all different homes, obviously. Like what do you call them? Mobile homes, but it's just really rural, out in the middle of nowhere, and her body is just placed there. So again, look at the distance here. Isn't that wild? Like, she's right here, last seen, And then way out here, bodies just dumped on the side of a road somewhere. Yeah. All right, let me close that down. And here's a picture of her again. Remains ID'd as missing 22-year-old Portland woman, death suspicious. Detectives have identified human remains that were found earlier this month in the Eagle Creek area as those of a missing Portland woman. See, here's the thing. They all kind of went missing around the same time other than Kristin Smith. 4 of them all went missing right around April. The end of March and the beginning of April. Every one of them. So, detectives have identified human remains that were found earlier this month in the Eagle Creek area as those of a missing Portland woman, the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office said on Wednesday. Ashley Reel, 22, was last seen at a fast food restaurant. Yep. Detectives have determined her death suspicious in nature. Daughter of missing Roseburg woman found dead. I guess that's a different one. I'm not sure. Now they are asking the public to report any suspicious activity that they may have seen in the 2900 block of Southeast Judd Road between the end of March and the beginning of May. Looks just kind of like the last one we looked at. And so that's Ashley Reel. Okay, so she goes missing. You see her on camera at the Burger King, and she just vanishes off the face of the earth, just like the rest of them. And then she's found miles away. Let's see, as a crow flies, she's found, I'm going to guess 20 miles. Oops. I got one of those pads that go in front of your keyboard now, and it just kind of slid around. Yeah, so basically that's 11.67 miles from there. My eyeball didn't work very good. Yeah, so as I think late March, I think they said March 27th maybe, she was seen at a Burger King and not seen again after that. The Burger King was kind of near her house. Maybe she goes to the Gateway Transit Center, and then she just disappears. And then she's found 12 miles away on a remote piece of property. All right, what's the next one I have on here? Now, Charity Lynn Perry is the next one. And now she's from Longview, Washington. Multnomah County Sheriff's Office is investigating a suspicious death after finding a Longview woman dead. So Longview is actually north of Ridgefield up there. So there's Ridgefield, and it's up here. So then now you got the I-5 situation. I-5, 205, highway. But this is where she's from. I'll put a pin there. I don't know exactly what her house is or anything like that. Charity Perry, home. Body of Charity Lynn Perry was discovered shortly after 1:30 p.m. April 24th in a culvert near East Historic Columbia River Highway and Northeast Tumult Road, the Sheriff's Office said in a statement Thursday. Scout Dude says, thank you for all of you for being with us tonight. Don't forget to hit the like button. Then down here he said, well, thank you, Scout Dude. Wow, how come it's not red? That should be the dancing taco or the avocado. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Edmund Burke. Help this channel to be something. All the nations welcome. Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, you know, I guess I'm always going to be, I'd be a channel regardless, but we do so much good. You guys are, you know, helps me do the stuff I need to do it when, you know, like I have an income, and then we just do so much greatness out there. I mean, $152,000 I've given to charity from the income from the channel, which is all because of you guys. You know? So I think that's pretty amazing, right? I mean, we have 10 DNA cases that we're fully funding and in the works right now. Just sent 3,000 more to them. Does this screen, this one doesn't have the, oh shoot. Hold on. I'm gonna have to go, I'm gonna go play the avocado dance since it didn't play. Hold on. Alright, we'll get right back to this in a second, but gotta go do it. Because Scout and Dude should have had the avocado dance on that one. So hold on one second.
Zoe McCannally. This is a test super chat alert for $97.
Oh, that was a test, sorry. Not that one. Hold on. Variation. Yeah. Right here. There we go. That's for Scouting Dudes. That should have been up there. Thank you, Heather Shields.
Super chat alert for $30.
Well, there you go. I got the, at least I got the avocado dance in there. Yeah. So what do you guys think of this so far? Let's see. Cereal, color. I mean, we're only on number 4 here. There's 6 of them. I think 4 of them are really good chance of being related. Thank you, brown-eyed girl. Da-da-da-da. There we go. Should work now over on this one. So the body of Charity Lynn Perry was discovered shortly after 1:30 p.m. April 24th in a culvert near East Historic Columbia River Highway and Northeast. That's that place. Remember that story we did a few years back with the what was the family? The Smith family, maybe? The Oregon, that family that was on Christmas. They all disappeared into the Columbia River somewhere. They found 2 of the girls floating downstream. I don't know if it was Smith or not. I can't remember something basic like that. Perry was frequently seen near Southwest. See, here's the thing. She might have been from Longview, Washington, but listen to this. She was frequently seen near Southwest Washington Street and 4th Avenue. So that's right downtown Portland. And again, I don't know if they're, you know, what the percentage of these women here have a drug element to them, but I know a few of them do now. So Perry usually was seen down here, and apparently this is where they do meth. You know, it's like a place you can hang out and do some meth down here. Let me see, where is that? I was down here earlier. You could see there was like a tent. Yeah, this is what Portland looks like right here, all the way down all the streets. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. So anyways, that is where the where she would hang out at times. And you know, just a jump over the bridge there, you're now in Southeast Portland. So it's really, again, it's pretty close to all this. It's not in the same pattern as southeast. Perry was frequently seen near Southwest Washington Street and 4th Avenue in downtown Portland at the beginning of March. So this is right around the time they went missing. The area is home to the Washington Center building, the site of a former open-air fentanyl market. So not meth, fentanyl. How stupid is that? Hey everybody, go ahead and do fentanyl down here. It's open air, yeah, have a good time. Although it was cleared by police earlier last month after 11... This is what you get with this type of idiocy policies. Not to change the subject, but listen to this. Earlier last month, when 11 people overdosed in one night in that area, 3 fatally. Good job, Portland. Way to go. Way to make this nice little open-air fentanyl market. The sheriff's office did not provide additional information, including Perry's age. Investigators asked anyone who knew Perry or has information about her death to contact the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office. That's the county I live in. Tip line at 503-988-0560. Woman found dead near Ainsworth Street State Park. Suspicious death investigation underway. So she was found. So even though she's apparently from Longview, she would hang out down in this area. Okay, so she would be down here. And then her body was found in Oregon also, where she would hang out downtown Portland. But it was found right down here, and there's this Tumult Street, and the historic highway they're talking about is right inside of here. Here's the park they mentioned, but that street goes to right here. So I think it's, I actually think it's right here. I think that's a culvert. And it's a creek. There's a creek right here. See, Tumult Creek goes right here. Probably goes into the water. And I think that's a culvert. There are a couple other spots that look like that right here, too. So it could be right there. And there's also another spot, I think. That's still Tumult Street. There's a little something right there. I don't know what that is. Yeah, so let's see if you went here and look over there. Yeah, so you have to be down on that street. Well, everybody dislikes Portland who lives in downtown Portland. I think it's just the stupidest place that's ever been. It's an absolute embarrassment, you know. But hey, maybe someday they'll change it. Why do I need to respond to your super chat? What do you want me to say about it? Great, if you dislike Portland, move to Texas or Florida or North Carolina. What do you want me to say about it? I saw it just now, but what do you want me to say about it? Yeah, I mean, I think Texas would be a good place. Florida would be a good place. I like it. I like rain and snow and sun. I don't like one.
Right. If you dislike
Portland, Oregon. I live in Portland, Oregon.
North Carolina.
Plus, you didn't ask me a question, Danielle. You just made a comment. Thoughts on what? I mean, yeah, those are better places. But anyways, I'm gonna keep going on the case that we're looking at. The last known area Perry was known to frequent was the beginning of March in downtown Portland. Investigators ask anyone who ever information. Yeah, okay, we just did that one. Similar to that one. Then this one. Woman's body found in culvert near Ainsworth State Park. Maybe
Multnomah County deputies need your help after what they're calling a suspicious death in the area of Ainsworth State Park. On Monday, someone found the body of Charity Perry of Longview in a culvert.
Yeah, if you like crime every 5 seconds, Danielle. But yeah, I just want to go a place where you can just go walk down the street and it's safe, you know?
Near East Historic Columbia River Highway and Northeast Tumult Road. Before that, she was seen last month in downtown Portland around Southwest 4th and Washington. If you have any information in this case, please contact Multnomah County.
That's just so crazy. She just disappears, and somebody dumps her body, 20, 25, 30 miles away. Anyways, Portland, I feel safe here, like in where I live and everything like that. Like people, it's just downtown Portland is a joke, right? So anyways, let's see what we got.
Downtown
Hello. Is this 445? 445? Well, you got to unmute yourself. I think you got muted. Okay. Well, if you want safe, you're better off moving to Australia. Well, there you go, Deb. Thank you, you're Gypsy.
Chewbacca? Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Alright, so at the beginning of March, Perry was known to frequent Southeast Washington Street. So it looks like most of these are kind of the same articles. Let me just close out of this. Okay, this one's on the 28th, so maybe this one's different. Woman found near Ainsworth State Park. Multnomah County Sheriff's Office is investigating a suspicious death after finding a Longview woman dead near Ainsworth State Park. I mean, maybe these are some people, like maybe she died of fentanyl and was dumped there. But there's got to be something to it. We don't have the autopsies though, right? Now it's cheaper in Vancouver. Alright, let me see what this is here. Hold on. Hello? You gotta turn down the audio in the background. I can hear it. Oh yeah, what's going on?
Oh, how you been?
Well, not too bad. I'm I'm trying to get through these serial killer cases.
Yeah, I've been watching your show the last couple of nights. I was just trying to call and see how you're doing, seeing what's up.
Do you have any thoughts on the case, or how are you doing?
I'm calling, and it's not a Kohlberger night, so I figure I'll call in, because you say I only call in when you talk about the Idaho 4.
Yeah, but there's other cases in the world other than the Idaho 4 case.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, then where are you?
That's why
well, if that's true, then where the hell are you when I'm not covering Bryan Kohlberger?
Oh, my house.
Right.
Yeah. So, what case? Well, I forgot to even look. Let me close this window real quick. What cases are you doing tonight, bud?
There's like a serial killer in Portland.
Is there a serial killer
in Portland?
In Portland. Oh, where
Maybe.
You're from?
We don't really know.
Okay.
There's just 6 women that have been found in the that all kind of went missing around the same time. One of them is a little bit outside of that, Kristin Smith.
I can't wait to get into that.
Well, I have been. That's what I've been talking about for the last hour and 4 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I just woke up. I actually took a nap. I was a little tired this afternoon. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna watch the rest of your show.
Wow, so you just woke up and dialed the number, huh?
Yeah. I just woke up. I turned on your show and seen the number. I was like, I haven't called Gray in a couple of weeks. I want to call him and see how he's doing.
Well, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. What have you been? Okay. Well, you should try watch some of the shows and hang out in the chat, even when we're not talking about Bryan Kohlberger.
Oh, that's my goal. That's definitely my goal.
Your goal.
That's my goal, is to watch their show. Yeah, that's absolutely.
Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna wake up a little bit and grab something to eat, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the show. Okay, I'll let somebody else call in. Okay.
Okay.
All right. It was good talking to you, bud.
All right. Bye. All right, Bryan. All right, just checking in. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office is investigating a suspicious death after finding a Longview woman dead near Ainsworth State Park in Multnomah County. The body of Charity Lynn Perry was discovered shortly after 1:30 p.m. Monday in a culvert near East Historic Columbia River Highway and Northeast Tumult Road, the Sheriff's Office said. So it doesn't mention that park anymore. Perry, 24, was frequently seen near Southwest Washington Street and 4th Avenue in downtown Portland at the beginning of March. That area is home to Washington Center building, the site of a former open-air fentanyl market that was cleared by police earlier this month after 11 people overdosed. Yeah, so this is May 2nd, but it looks like April 28th is maybe when she was found. The Sheriff's Office did not provide additional information. Call the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office with a tip at 503-988-0560. Alright. There is one more on May 4th, so let's see what this one says. Multnomah County Sheriff's Office is investigating suspicious death of 24-year-old woman. On April 24th, the body of 24-year-old Charity Lynn Perry was found in a gutter near Ainsworth State Park in East Multnomah County. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office, along with Crime Stoppers of Oregon, are seeking any information about the death of a 24-year-old woman who was found in a gutter near Ainsworth State Park in East Multnomah County late last month. On Monday, April 24th, Charity Lynn Perry was found dead near the park. According to deputies, Perry was known to often be in Vancouver, Washington, downtown Portland. Currently, no known arrests have been made, other than stating the death appeared suspicious in nature. Deputies did not release any information. By the way, so why would you, let's say she died of fentanyl, you wouldn't put her in a culvert. That's when you're trying to hide somebody. I mean, you would just drive her far away, throw her on the road, and then somebody could find her and then go, wow, how did she get here? I don't know, it's weird. That's a little extra effort there. I don't know what they consider to be, when they say suspicious. What does that mean? Secure and anonymous tips can be made by contacting Crime Stoppers of Oregon. The nonprofit is offering a cash reward of $2,500 for information that leads to an arrest in Perry's case. So that's her right there. Okay, now there's this other person that I'm not sure if this one, some people mention it among them and some don't, but it's like a Native American, / Alaskan. So it says, medical examiner asks public to help identify woman found in Lentz neighborhood. The Multnomah County Medical Examiner's Office is asking for help identifying a woman who died in the Lentz neighborhood on April 24th on a Monday. So that's the same day they found one of the other victims. According to the Medical Examiner's Office, the woman was possibly Native American or Alaska Native and between 25 and 40. Officials say she was about 5 feet 1 inches tall and weighed 135 pounds. The Medical Examiner's Office added that her hair was black and medium length and said she had 2 large scars on her left leg in addition to 2 tattoos. Those are the tattoos right there. On her left upper chest, the woman had a black music note with the letter V on her right shoulder blade. She had a Buddha tattoo. Officials say she was wearing a green long sleeve shirt, black and white zip long sleeve jacket, blue jeans, black and white size US 11, Adidas Adizero cleats, rings, and bracelets. The woman was found near I-205. So here we go again, the I-205 and Southeast Flavel Street. So let's just go to there and see where that is on the map, because I don't think that's the one I hadn't pinned in yet. That's Flavel, and then 205 is right over here. So she was found right over in this area. We'll just say. And see, look, it's just right in there. And look, that's what they were saying. It was found 3 miles from Kristin Smith. Is that right? Let's see. There you go. 2.03, driving probably 3. So there you go. Isn't that wild? So Kristin Smith is found right there. That's only 2 miles. So man, this one, again, this one could be part of it, right? I mean, Multnomah County Medical Examiner's Office wants anyone who could identify this woman to call 503-988-0055 and reference case number pound MU 230424-999. So that's all there was on that. And then Bridgette, Leanne, Ramsey, Webster. I was able to find her using Ramsey at where she may have lived. So there's 2 different spots that I had where she lived. It sounds like she lived in the Milwaukee area. And Milwaukee is pretty much this area. There's Milwaukee right there. And this house here could be where she lived. She also had an address right here. So let's, just kind of take a look at in general. So this is one where she did live. I think she's 31 years old, if I remember right. Yeah, 31. So right there. And then the other house was right here. Right back there. Hold on a second. Alright. So yeah, she lived over there at one point too. So, it doesn't look like the greatest neighborhoods in the world there. Authorities are requesting assistance for the public. Is this the one? Yeah. Bridgette and Ramsey. Thank you.
I'll give you a donation on Monday. Heart.
Hey, I went and watched it. You seem like you're like serious about it, Juniper. That's disappointing. Oh man, that's funny. But you already just gave me one right now, so thank you. What is today anyways? I don't even know what day it is. Oh, today's Friday. There you go. Authorities are requesting assistance from the public for information about a suspicious death, the Polk County Sheriff's Office announced Wednesday. Officials say that the body of Milwaukee resident Bridgette Leanne Ramsey Webster was found Sunday afternoon on Harmony Road near Mill Creek in northwest Polk County. According to the Sheriff's Office, Webster was known to frequent Portland and Oregon City. See, when people say known to frequent these things, isn't that, what is that code for? I mean, it's not like, you don't say that to normal, like, for example, I don't know, if some random person died somewhere, you don't say they frequent Portland and Oregon City. It seems like those are usually, something else going on. Let me get this phone really quick. Hello?
Hi, Greg.
It's Gray, not Greg. Hey, how's it going?
I said Gray. Listen, if I don't know your name by now, and I'm a freak, I'm going to be blackballed.
Yeah. What's going on?
Nothing. I wanted to give my 2 cents, Greg. Thought I said Greg, Dance. Listen. Hey, listen. To me, it could be a serial killer, but it could, when you talk these, did you say it was like a transportation center, Gray?
Well, no, just one of the places one of them went. But Southeast Portland, it seems like they all have a connection to, like, Southeast Portland somehow. Except that one. Well, there's a couple outliers, but... Yeah.
But you know what and I don't know if I'm right, but maybe it's just drug-related and it's a bad batch of something.
Right, like a fentanyl. That crossed my mind, like a fentanyl, and people die, but then somebody drove everybody 20 miles away and dumped their bodies. I mean, that part's weird, right?
Yeah, I mean, because they're so concentrated, all the women. I think, and I know they're driving them away out, but to me, that's what I think could be a good possibility.
Well, they're concentrated in where they started off, but not where they were found.
Right, not where they were found. No, they're taking them out to different places. Yeah, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. I just think it very well could be a bad batch of drugs. Because when I was on the street with transit before I went inside, we had a place called Transportation Center, and that was like the hub. And what I saw on the street, it was unreal, Gray. They would all meet there, at different places. You saw what was going on. And then they'd go do their thing, and there was always somebody dying in the little neighborhoods beyond where they would all meet. It was sad. It was just very sad.
They all die within, or 4 of them are within a 2 or 3 week period, and then 2 are outside of that a little bit.
Well, and you know what? And it could be a serial killer
really
because
related, like Kristin. I don't know, man. They all seem. I don't really know much about their personal lives, but it seems like the way they refer to things, like they would frequent these areas. Well, that's kind of like, what does that mean? Like, you don't say that. You never see that in other cases, right?
Right. That's what I mean. Is it something like that? I don't know. But it could be a serial killer too. I mean, who knows? In today's world, it could be just about anything. It's just so sad. And somebody in chat said, about a safe place. You know what, Gray? I don't think there is a safe place anymore. No matter what city you go to, it's either homeless people, and why we have homeless people in our country, I don't know why. And the drugs are just running rampant everywhere. And it's just very sad. So I don't know if there is such a thing. I guess you got to take yourself way out on an island where you need a boat to get out there and a boat to get back. And I don't know. It's just very, very sad.
Yep. Crazy.
So, yeah, it is. So that's all I really have to say, and say hello to the freaks and
how you doing?
Of course.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
I went up to the gym and I took a 5-minute bike ride. I could barely get on the bike because I haven't been up there. But I got on it and I pedaled for 5 minutes.
Next time 6, plus right? You just keep on going. 5, 6,
I'm
7,
going to keep
10.
on doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because I'm as a matter of fact, what we were talking about last night, I came on a little bit late, but I want to know about Cindy J. That's what we were talking about, and I couldn't find her, Gray.
Well, I don't know if she tried to message you. She said she was going to. I gave you her Facebook page, so I don't know what happened. But but sometimes when you message somebody you don't know, you can't see it right away. Yeah, right. Well, I've been looking, and I'm not the savviest person. I asked Nancy to help me, and Nancy said if I send one more picture to you, she's going to kill me. But because she gets embarrassed. But, Yeah. Yeah, I'm sort of bummed. I'm sort of bummed because my parents, they had this property. It had 20 acres. It was on a river. Built this really cool stone house with a stone garage with an apartment. It was just like this really amazing piece of property with.
Right.
I mean, this isn't related to what you were talking about, but I was just reading.
No, I know, but
it was about what you were saying before about like having a place. You know, the nearest neighbors are like quarter mile away or something, half mile, and they just go, and they just like sold it and bought a house in Vancouver in a neighborhood. It's like, man, we just thought we should have kept that in our family because they bought it in 1976, and it was like this huge piece of property that's kind of hard to get, and then somebody bought it. They broke it into two parts. Somebody built this mansion up above on the top and redid the whole thing. But it's like, oh man, we wanted to have it. Like it should have been transferred to all of us to take care of for generations, right?
Yeah, sure, that would have been nice. But I'm a people person. I like to talk to people, and Nancy is very sociable. Don't get me wrong, but she's more of a homebody because I tell her, Nancy, you're so awkward. And you wouldn't think she is, but she isn't. But me, I like to be around people because I'll talk about anything, just plus, it's like most of my family's gone and hers too. So, and you don't see a lot of people. So when I'm walking the trash out, I'll find somebody to talk to. And we have a good conversation. I mean, that's what we do. But, she's friendly, but she's not like I am. So I have to be around people. Maybe not as much as I used to be, but I still wouldn't like to be isolated. Because I just wouldn't. It's not my nature. So listen, you have any more calls?
No, but I got still more to read on these cases.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I'm anxious to see what comes out of these autopsies.
Yeah,
I really am. Because that'll tell us a lot.
Yep.
So, and you're on it.
All right.
And Nancy wants to know if you're going to go golfing anytime soon.
I think maybe maybe the 17th or something.
Maybe the 17th. She's trying to get into the conversation. All right, great. Look, you take care.
Hey,
and
Nancy.
Freaks.
Okay, say hello to Nancy back there.
Hey, Nancy said hi.
Okay.
Hi, and kisses to his babies.
Kisses to your babies.
Oh yeah, the dogs. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Not my stepkids. Not my stepkids. All right, see you later.
Bye.
All right, bye. All right, bye. Hey, it was Lillian. Anyways, Lillian, if you're out there still, Cindy is claiming that she sent you a message on Facebook. So apparently she just sent you a friend request. So maybe accept that, and then her message will just pop right up in your face. How about that? Hey, you should get that Spiritbox out. Juniper, you'll be able to figure it out. Just play a couple things and I found him living in the subway. Oh, that's crazy. Did you find him using the Spiritbox? Stupid alien. Not stupid Trump. What? Yeah. Right. Authorities are requesting assistance from the public for information about a suspicious death. The Polk County Sheriff's Office announced Wednesday. Officials say the body of Milwaukee resident Bridgette Leanne Ramsey Webster was found Sunday afternoon on Harmony Road near Mill Creek in northwest Polk County. So it says, according to the Sheriff's Office, Webster was known to frequent Portland and Oregon City. Okay, so again, I mean, look at how weird this is. So Oregon City is right over here. You're right in the same area where, she kind of lived in Bridgette in that area. But look at right here, sort of in that Clackamas, southeast Portland. I kind of consider those all the same. Gladstone, etc., 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 etc. So it's right there, and then this is where she was found. way down here on this road. I think right here is what they describe. We'll check this out in a little bit. But just out in the middle of nowhere again. I mean, it just feels like there's somebody cruising up and down or something. I mean, what are the odds to have all these different people in such a short amount of time? The Polk County Sheriff's Office is requesting that anyone who knew Webster or has information about her death to contact Detective Martin Watson at 503-623-7550. Callers can remain anonymous. Portland, this is her right there. Found dead in Polk County. So, a Milwaukee woman was found dead in Polk County on April 30th. Again, see, all these ones in April. And the sheriff's office is asking for help learning what led to her death. So this is interesting. So you see this picture here, and she just looks like a regular person. But when you see this one, look, I don't know if that's her. I mean, if that's even her or not. I don't even know if that's her. I don't know why they're putting these pictures up. But I was thinking that looks totally different. But it's funny because the face sort of looks really similar, but it might be somebody totally different. God, that's crazy. Eyebrows are different, so it looks like a different person. A Milwaukee woman was found dead in Polk County on April 30th. Bridgette Leanne Webster was found deceased at about 2:20 p.m. on April 30th along Harmony Road near Mill Creek. So when they say on Harmony Road near Mill Creek, well, here you go. Here's Harmony Road, and here's Mill Creek. So I don't know if yep, there's a street view here. So is she just sort of thrown off the side over here or what? But I mean, this has got to be the area because Harmony Road, that's Mill Creek, and there goes Mill Creek like this. So it's possible it's sort of in this area, but it never goes near there again. I mean, the creek goes around like this, and then Harmony Road, I mean, I guess technically that's sort of close, like they could have put her over here, and then Harmony Road ends right there. So Harmony Road looks like it starts, looks like it does start quite a ways over here. And I guess it's interesting. I mean, it's over there. There's that creek. And then there it's kind of near there, but it's too populated. And then down here it goes and boom, there's that creek again. So I just feel like it's right in this area. Mr. Martinez, are you mad at me? Bridgette Leanne Ramsey Webster was found deceased at about 2:20 p.m. She was known to frequent Portland metro area, including Oregon City and Milwaukee. If you knew Webster or have any information about her death, the Polk County Sheriff's Office asks you to call Detective Martin Watson at 503-623-7550. They added that the callers can remain anonymous. So I think this is somebody totally different right here. I'm not sure why they do that. Put it in the same article like that. So I'm just going through as if they were happening individually on the cases. The Polk County Sheriff's Office is seeking information related to a suspicious death south of Sheridan on Harmony Road near Mill Creek. The body of Bridgette Leanne Ramsey Webster of Milwaukee was found about 2:30 p.m. Sunday, April 30th. The last location that Webster was known to frequent was the Portland metropolitan area, particularly Milwaukee, Oregon City, and Portland. Oh, and thank you to Lillian on PayPal there. Didn't see that. Hey, Lillian, are you still out there? Because I messaged. I told you just a second ago that Cindy's tried to send you a Facebook friend request. I'm not sure what that means. Just don't be some random, and then you say, just typing in random comments. Nobody knows what the hell you're talking about, okay? Anyways, the body of Bridgette Leanne Ramsey Webster of Milwaukee was found about 2:30 p.m. Sunday, April 30th. The last location that Webster was known to frequent was the Portland metropolitan area, particularly Milwaukee, Oregon. So that's sort of where she had a couple addresses in that area. No information related to a manner and or cause of death was reported. If you have any information, call Detective Martin Watson at 503-623-7550. Okay, so that's kind of how the stories made it into the paper at the time. Yeah, I still have notebooks. Yeah, I've got like, I don't know, 25 or 30 left. So if you do want a notebook, or hold on a second. Yeah, just a second. Yeah, so here it is. Look at that's the blue notebook. Don't you think that's like the coolest notebook ever? That's blue. He's the guy, the dog that's in the right back there. He's been sort of the main dog on the show. Now the next batch will be Chloe, right? So now I even have it where there's a paw on the back, and then on the inside, Blue's gonna sign the thing. He's already signed them. He's one of those diva types where he sits around and he just sits there and signs them all. Okay. Then you get the blue pen here that says Freak on it. See that? Freak. And it has my little picture of myself. It's a blue pen, and then it also comes with a stress ball, which is a freak heart like you see in there. And those have just been shipped out again, the new batch. I bought 300 more of the stress balls. So they'll be here in the next, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. And then when I get those, that's when I'll be sending out the next batch of the notebooks. So if you want one, you send 25 to PayPal and put in there that you want a notebook. Show Blue signing a notebook. Okay. Anyway, hey, thanks, Danielle. I know what you're saying, though. Yeah, maybe that would be kind of funny. Oh, maybe I'll do that. Get your blue notebook and look at Blue signing away, you know. Not bad. You do have some good ideas out there, Danielle. I'll give you that. All right, back to the middle line.
Chewbacca? Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Look at that
Show
face.
Blue signing a notebook, make a video.
Alright, so these are some articles that are coming out right now today. Look at these. 5 women have vanished, then been found dead in the past 6 months. Well, it's kind of funny they say 5, but then they have 6 in the picture.
Human remains discovered in rural Clackamas County have been identified as a Portland woman who vanished in late March. Ashley Reel is one of 5 women to disappear and then turn up dead, all in the last 6 months. Let's bring in our Mike Benner, who's been looking into this for us. And Mike, do detectives believe any of these cases are connected?
You know, Ashley, we've heard from 2 of the law enforcement agencies handling these cases, and basically they're not ruling anything out at this point. They're talking with partner agencies on the off chance these cases are somehow connected. And this comes as a relief to the family of one of the 5 victims.
These woods off Southeast Judd Road in rural Clackamas County is where deputies discovered the remains of Ashley Reel. The 22-year-old was last seen in late March at a fast food restaurant and transit center in East Portland. These photos of Reel are some of the last before she turned up dead in that heavily wooded area.
It's just so heartbreaking, and it's really hard to, I don't know, put into words, I guess, just how heartbreaking it is. You know, no matter the circumstances, that's somebody's baby.
Robin Speaks did not know Reel, but she's following her case closely because, like Reel, Robin's sister, Joanna Speaks, vanished in late March and turned up dead in early April in a rural area of Clark County.
we've gotten through the celebration of life, and we were able to, you know, come together for that, which was really awesome. But now it's kind of like hitting us more that it's real, and now we keep seeing on the news all these new girls.
All these new girls, 5 in total. We've told you about Speaks and Real, but then there's Bridgette Webster, whose body was found in late April in northwest Polk County. About that same time, authorities discovered the body of Charity Perry in Ainsworth State Park. Perry had been missing since early March. And then there's Kristin Smith, who vanished in December of last year. The 22-year-old's body was found 2 months later at Southeast Deerdorf Road and Flavel in Portland.
With each one, you know, we've, as a family, we've talked about it, we've shared it, we've looked at the details, we've talked to the detectives to see if there are any similarities.
We, too, reached out to detectives with all of the agencies investigating these disappearances and deaths. The Polk and Clackamas County Sheriff's offices got back to us, and they're both talking to partner agencies.
Yeah, so it sounds like, you know, they're interested anyways. This is KGW 8 here.
Human remains discovered in rural Clackamas County have been identified as a Portland woman who vanished.
See, it's weird. When they found her, that's when they sort of went, okay, let's start putting this out here. So she's sort of the nexus for them putting out all the connections.
In late March. Ashley Reel is one of 5 women to disappear and then turn up dead, all in the last 6 months. Let's bring in our Mike Benner, who's been looking into this for us. And Mike, do detectives believe any of these cases are connected?
You know, Ashley, we've heard from 2 of the law enforcement agencies handling these cases, and basically they're not ruling anything out at this point. They're talking with partner agencies on the off chance these cases are somehow connected. And this comes as a relief to the family of one of the 5 victims.
These woods off Southeast Judd Road in rural Clackamas County is where deputies discovered the remains of Southeast Judd Road in.
Let's see if we can find this. I think it's not quite exactly where they're saying. I think it's on this straightaway right here. It might even be right back here what they were looking at. Yeah. And then where are those 3 big trees? Right there maybe? Hold on, let me go back. I don't know. Doesn't look quite. Let me check again. It's pretty close, but let's see right here. It's gonna be a long straightaway. Doesn't look like that. That last one looked pretty good. I'm just gonna go a little bit further down. Maybe this. Oh my God, I bet you that it's this spot right here. Is there a mailbox? No. Actually, maybe it's a little bit further down, maybe. Different time of year. Maybe it's facing this way, though. Oh, yeah, that's right. Boom! Can I get a boom chakalaka? Yeah, it's right here. I can tell because I see that sign in the very deep back distance. So they're right like this. And see way in the background? Can you see the that sign? You can see it way back here. Well, actually, if I make it bigger, you see it right there. I don't know if it's a compliment, you know.
Ray, you for how YouTube famous you are. That even when you poke, right pointing finger, fun that doesn't tease us, it's actually a compliment, lol. Face.
It's not really abuse, it's just being honest.
So thank you.
I mean, if you think it's abuse to say that,
secretly like the abuse, lol, smiley face.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do tarot cards and it's just sort of fun and goofy, but I think it's, you know, totally bogus to pretend that Spiritboxes and all that stuff are real. Okay, you know, it's selling people a bill of goods that want to believe in crap. So, you know, that's just the truth. You know, so whether or not you want to accept that or not, you know, it just is what it is. But I appreciate you being, what do you call it, a good sport. But I can't say it any differently, and I don't think it's even disrespectful to tell somebody who does spirit boxes and all those kind of things that it's just total garbage. All right? I think it's the right thing to do. Awesome. All right, cool. So anyways, we got this...
rural...
Well, she didn't really say that.
County is where deputies discovered the remains of Ashley Reel. The 22...
Did you hear, Gray, the girl that typed in said he abused? Oh, did you hear that? Oh. Right. Yeah, it's wrong words, I can tell you that. Okay, well, definitely it's this right in here. I'm not sure if they're saying exactly.
2-year-old was last seen in late. These woods off Southeast
comes as a relief to the family of one of the 5 victims.
These woods off Southeast Judd Road.
It is the right thing to do, you guys. It is the right thing to do.
Rural Clackamas County is where deputies discovered the remains of Ashley Reel.
It seems like that's
the
a little
22
bit further.
Victims. These woods off Southeast Judd Road in rural Clackamas County.
Okay, so is that right there after you take that? Let's see. Yeah, right there. Look at that. Shit, it's right there. Right here. Holy crap. So the car, see, this is why it's so similar to Kristin Smith. See how Kristin Smith, they pulled up to a little thing and then her body was down somewhere? Look at right here. That's exactly what, that's right here. These 2 rocks right there. And maybe they pulled over and just put her body back behind there. That's crazy. Here, I'm gonna move that right there for a second and then get this. So they kind of screwed up here because it's, hold on. Oh, that's right, that's correct. Okay. Had it backwards. Move this to right there. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I appreciate the super chats and everything like that. But even if you send me super chats, I'm not going to change my beliefs on spirit boxes and all that stuff. Okay? I mean, I'm not going to all of a sudden go, wow, I got a super chat, therefore I'm going to believe in this stuff and talk nicely about it just so I can get more. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. So, you know, just is what it is. If you want to support my channel because you like what I do, then thank you. Okay? I'm not going to pretend that something else that I totally don't believe in is something good. Yeah, it's weird. There's another road that goes off back behind here.
Is where deputies discovered the remains of Ashley Reel. The 22-year-old was last seen in late March at a fast food restaurant and transit center in East Portland. These photos of Reel are some of the last before she turned up dead in that heavily wooded area.
It's just so heartbreaking, and it's really hard to, I don't know, put into words, I guess, just how heartbreaking it is. You know, no matter the circumstances, that's somebody's baby.
Robin Speaks did not know Reel, but she...
And if you want to do tarot cards and just sort of be like, yeah, you know, I give more respect to that than freaking spirit box bullshit, okay? Tarot cards are just sort of like this, you know, almost like playing, I don't know, just sort of a goofy thing to do too. But when people pretend that spirit boxes are literally giving them something, that's where I just step away. That's embarrassing to me. So, yeah, cool. All right. Yeah, but using words like the abuse, there's no abuse in it. I'm totally honest and have never led anybody astray on that whatsoever. I absolutely believe that it's total bullshit and it's irresponsible to do Spiritbox stuff, unless you know that you're just goofing around, and you tell the people that are listening you're goofing around. Okay, I actually believe that. So, you know. Sure. What's a spirit card? What do you mean spirit box? You like spirit box shit, Cindy? That stuff's garbage. Okay? What the hell are you doing? It's just a total waste of your time. God, I don't understand it. It makes me embarrassed, you know? Anything you can download for your app store is crap. Right, yeah, you download an app, you have some speakers, and it goes, oh, yeah. Oh, you said I like. Okay, you don't like spirit. Okay. Right. A forested area off southeast Judd Road in rural Clackamas County is where deputies discovered the remains of Ashley Reel in early May. Let me finish this video.
She's following her case closely because, like Reel, Robin's sister, Joanna Speaks, vanished in late March and turned up dead in early April in a rural area.
Ouija board is what I was trying to liken those tarot cards to. I think it's all garbage.
Area of Clark County.
We've gotten through the celebration of life, and we were able to, come together for that, which was really awesome. But now it's kind of like hitting us more that it's real, and now we keep seeing on the news all these new girls.
All these new girls.
Yeah, well, they're all
5
bogus,
in total.
Cindy. All
We've
of
told
them,
you about Speaks and Reel, but then there's Bridgette Webster, whose body was found in late April in northwest Polk County. About that same time.
Yeah. So KGW has reached out to the detectives with the agencies investigating these disappearances and death. The Polk and Clackamas County Sheriff's Office responded and said they're talking to partner agencies. Reel's body was found May 7th. The 27-year-old had last been seen late March at a fast food restaurant. Man, I'd really like to know what the hell happened to her. You see her there and just, gone. Okay, this is an older one there. We already played that one. Oregon's shocking discovery of 6 women bodies in wild areas. Who wrote this? Oh, it's Hillsboro.com, so that's, in Oregon. Within the previous 3 months, 6 women have been discovered dead within 100 miles of each other, primarily in wooded or secluded rural regions. Most had ties to the greater Portland area. Portland Police Bureau and Sheriff's Office in Multnomah, Polk, Clark, and Clackamas counties are looking into the deaths and disappearances of women, although it is unknown what, if any, connections there is. All the women were speculated to be either permanent Oregon residents or frequent visitors. 2 women, isn't that weird? 2 of them are from outside but went to Oregon and then they die. So yes, it definitely could be like Lillian was saying, and like we were saying before, that, it's sort of a fentanyl-related situation, and something happened to them, and all of them, for some unknown reason, were driven far away and their bodies dumped not where they died. Which seems weird because fentanyl kills so many people. Why would you need to worry about, hiding the fact that they died from it? Hey, Scouting Dude just downloaded a ghost finder. Either a thunderstorm is going to happen soon, or I need to call Ghostbusters. There you go. Hey, you guys, look at that. We're almost at the goal, okay? Just 41 short of the goal for tonight. Be cool to get to that goal. And, today's stream on the Arius one was so long. It was 4 hours and 30-something minutes, but I speak a lot of the time, so then it took about 5 hours. And, they're making progress in the... I'll tell you about that a little bit. So, Sergeant Kevin Allen, a spokesman for Portland Police Bureau said that the department has been asked about all 6 deaths, but that it can provide information on only the 2 that are now under investigation. On February 19th, Kristin Smith, who was 22 years old and from Gresham. See, that's also out in the southeast. You know, it's deeper. On December 22nd, it was discovered that Smith had gone missing. On February 19th, police were called to a forested area near southeast Deerdorf Road and Flavel Street. Joanna Speaks, 32, of Oregon, died on April 8th. Clark County law enforcement and emergency personnel discovered Speaks dead in a barn on an abandoned farm in Ridgefield, Washington. After receiving word that a body was on the property on the 800 block of South 5th Street in Ridgefield, authorities arrived shortly after 6 o'clock. The county coroner found that Speaks died from trauma to the head and neck. April 24th, 24-year-old Charity Lynn Perry, and look at that, see, April 24th had 2 different women found. Perry's body was discovered by Multnomah County Sheriff's deputies around 1:30 p.m. on April 24th in a culvert at the intersection of East Historic Columbia River Highway and... really? I don't think they intersect, do they? Let me see. Now let's just go back over there again. So tumult. Yeah, it's right there. So does it come around and curve? Yeah, so I think they're saying near here, and look at that, could be a culvert right on that. So let's just put it over there just to make sure. I thought it was this culvert right there, which it could be because that's the creek. But maybe it's this one right here. Who knows? No, they don't have any idea. There's just 6 people dead, women, under the age of 40 that are all, you know, within a really short amount of time. 5 of them went missing and found dead. Kristin Smith is a few months, you know, probably 5 months outside of that window. Thank you, Papa Q. And then it says so this is according to the Sheriff's Office, Perry, 24, was frequently spotted around the intersection. See. Okay, so what does that mean then? I don't mean to be insensitive to somebody, but I was already kind of thinking this in my own mind when they say they are seen in the Portland and something area. Now they say she's frequently spotted around the intersection of Southwest Washington Street and 4th Avenue, and this is well, that's the same one, right, that was doing drugs, right? So I don't know, it makes you just wonder, was she doing, obviously she's probably down there doing drugs, and I think 2 or 3 of these women so far have had that being part of the situation. I just like to try to figure out what's going on. Less than 3 miles from where Smith's body was discovered on the same day that Perry's body was discovered in East Multnomah County, a woman's body was discovered by authorities near Interstate 205 and Southeast Flavel Street in Southeast Portland, Lentz area. The Multnomah County Medical Examiner's Office is asking the public for assistance in identifying the woman, so they don't even know who she is still. And then Bridgette Leanne Ramsey on the afternoon of April 30th, at about 2:30, Webster's body was discovered by authorities on Harmony Road in northwest Polk County, close to Mill Creek. According to Polk County Sheriff's Office, which is treating her death as suspicious, she was a frequent visitor to Portland. See, when you that's what I'm talking about. A frequent visitor to Portland metro region, including Portland, Oregon City, and Milwaukee. So what is she, when they say frequent visitor, what is she doing on those visits? May 7th, Ashley Reel, 20, because nobody, I just gotta say that nobody talks like that about any other case, you know? Like, you don't go, so-and-so went missing. They It's usually when there's some other activity that they're doing, usually something like drugs or sex work or something like that. When they start mentioning they frequent these areas, or they're doing something, I don't know, you get what I'm saying? Like that's not a wording that they normally put in there. It's almost like code. May 7th, Ashley Reel, 22, from Portland. The Portland Police Department reports that Reel went missing on March 27th after he was observed. He went missing on March 27th after he was observed exiting a fast food restaurant, 12,000 block of Southeast Division Street. A man swimming at a pond on the 29,000 block of Southeast Judd Road in Eagle Creek area on May 7th spotted human remains in the dense woods. Wow, really? So where the hell is that pond? Hold on. That wasn't it. It was Ashley Reel, right? Wow, there's the pond right there. Or it could be this one, but I think it's more likely that one. So, you know what he probably did was he went swimming in the pond, pulled over right there to go swimming, and saw the body first. Man, I wonder if there's any fish in these. Why would you go swimming in the... What? Really? You pull over here to walk through the woods to go swimming in a pond that is just, you know, like a ridiculous pond? I mean, I guess you could have gone to that one, but man, it makes me want to go fishing. But I don't really understand. Like, who goes swimming in a pond in the forest? A man swimming at a pond in the 29,000 block of Southeast Judd Road in Eagle Creek area on May 7th spotted human remains in the dense woods and phoned 911. The Clackamas County Sheriff's Office has opened an investigation into Reel's strange death after positively identifying... Why do they keep saying his? Is this like a... Are you guys claiming this is a transgender now, or what? So here's the Daily Mail one here. Is there a serial killer on the loose in Portland? 6 women under 40 have been found dead in suspicious circumstances in secluded areas in a 100-mile radius. 6 women in Portland have been found dead in secluded wooded areas in the last 3 months within 100 miles of each other, triggering fears that a serial killer may be in the area. The victims were all found in suspicious circumstances. Don't you guys feel like it's getting to the point where it's like elderly abuse with Biden at this point? I mean, the guy can just, you know, he had his time. The first victim was found on February 19th, and the most recent was discovered on May 7th. Police have only released the cause of the woman's death. She died as a result of blunt force trauma to the head and neck. The other women's cause of death have not yet been revealed. It remains unclear what the women have in common, if anything. Well, I think it's sort of more like a geographical thing. Yeah, it's just, you're not really claiming that this lady, this is a male, right? I don't want to ever scare people, but reality is there are women dying at awful numbers, Robin Speaks, the sister of one of the women, told KGW. Her sister, Joanna, a mother of 3 and recovering drug addict, see, there you go. I mean, if she was recovering, did she have a relapse right there? Was found dead in a barn in early April, just a few weeks after vanishing. And so is that the angle there? You know, she died from blunt force injuries to the head and neck and police say her body had been moved to the location where she was found once she'd been killed. I don't want to ever scare people, but reality is there are women dying at awful numbers. Women need to pay attention, and they need to know there are dangers, and they're clearly taking the lives of people we love. The first body was found on February 19th. Kristin Smith, 22, had been missing since late December. Her remains were found in a wooded area near an intersection in Pleasant Valley. The coroner had not yet ruled out a cause of death. Her family set up a GoFundMe to help pay for the funeral expenses. Yeah, so these are the other two victims. So let's just do something where we look at where each one is found. So here's where Ashley Reel is found, somewhere right in this area. Here is where Bridgette is found, which is Bridgette Leanne Ramsey Webster. She's found sort of off the side of the road in this general area here. Then Charity, let's see, that's not who I was looking for. Joanna Speaks was found in an abandoned barn right here. And then Charity Perry is found in a culvert right in this area. And then Kristin Smith was found right here off the side of the road. There's a little pullout, and she's found in the woods down there. And then the unknown Native American was found on the side of the road right here. And so if you just look at it geographically, I mean, all these people, they mainly sort of hung out right in here. So they all hung out here, yet, there's a body found out here, one way down here, one way up here. But Charity Perry lived up in Longview but would hang out down here. You got the 205 Mall where Smith hung out. You've got the Burger King area where we just saw Ashley Reel, and she seems to live just right down the block from the Burger King. So, I don't know, man. I think there might be something to this. Yes, he fell again. He was giving a speech at the Navy Academy or whatever the hell it was. And he's walking off, he falls, and he blames falling on a sandbag that was on the ground. But it wasn't really that, it's that he couldn't actually get back up himself. He tried and he fell back down. And I don't know, I think it's sort of sad in a way, What do you guys think? Do I have to, I'm going to have to sing some songs for you guys to get us up to the goal tonight. Only 31 away. We're almost there. They could be both. No, they just didn't say it right. They screwed it up. They wrote the article wrong. There's not one other article that calls her a he. Yeah, they seem related, yeah. Hey, look at that. We've got Teresa bought a notebook. Thank you.
Una paloma blanca, I'm just a bird in the sky.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Mary Lou. Wow. Obviously not very good songs, Just trying to figure out a way without being put in prison, If I just had one stint in jail, we'd get right there. Anyways, that's 2 hours and 6 minutes I've been on here. Yeah, what's amazing is, right just during the daytime, playing an old Arius thing, those guys are I don't know. It's really cool how they, they focus, help support the channel. Good stuff. Anyways. Oh, the pain. Oh, the pain. Cindy Lillian. Not sure what the what's going on. It changed in the evening for some reason. It's not too bad though. It's not outside of the norm, but definitely gonna have to keep following the story here though, because there's something. I think there's something going on. Not 100% sure.
Insert Grant Hughes whistle here.
All right, Cindy Lillian. Pony Engine Wall. Hey, look at that. We're almost going to get it. We're almost going to get it. Almost. By the way, let me ask you guys something. Do you guys want it, like last year, I could show you the, if you're interested. I mean, I've wanted to just do like one time, I'll show it to you. For all of last year, see, the way it works on my channel is it's the YouTube revenue. Okay, now PayPal I use to augment the donations to make sure it's over 50% of the net revenue from YouTube. But I actually sell items on PayPal and so forth. So it's not it's not the YouTube revenue. All right, but I use that to do stuff like buy computers or whatever the hell I want to do with it. Okay. But I do use it, and hey, thank you, Frida657, Eugenie, Shelly Pink. Well, thank you guys, jeez. Was that Shelly Pink? And then Mark Willis and Kathy Freidenmaker. But I was wondering, I could show you last year income, like for the entire channel, and how I do it. So what I do is each month I take out the taxes that I owe and then give over 50% of what's left after that. And I could show it, And the thing is, then at the end of the year, I recoup some of it because I get to write off things like the charities and other things. But during the year, I just base it off of the net revenue after I pay. It's 28% is what I keep out for my taxes, right? I don't know if you guys would want to see it at some point. Just, last year's, right? So things that don't count as YouTube revenue or PayPal, which isn't anywhere near the revenue that YouTube brings in, and also, the other ones where, hardly ever anybody uses Cash App or Venmo. It's sort of a small thing. But those are all just, things that I could use to augment if I feel like it or do whatever the hell I want. YouTube revenue is literally the ad revenue, the super chats, the channel memberships, all that stuff. Anything related to YouTube. I know it is my business, but you have people that think that they get to know because I say that I try to donate over 50% of the net revenue. So for them, that means that I have to show that. I don't know why they think that, but that's what they think. It's kind of bizarre. I give a way bigger percentage of my income to charities than if this was my only income source, then it'd be tough to give that much out. I can tell you that. Okay, well, maybe, someday. This is what I'll do. Without showing it, I'll tell you what the percentages were last year, okay? So hold on a second. Yeah. So last year, this is the reality of it. The gross income from, I won't say the numbers, but after 59.89% of the net revenue. So after I paid taxes, there's a remaining amount, right? I donated 59.89% of the remaining amount. And that would equal $62,250 to charity. The remaining amount was 40%, 40.11 to me. And then, that's the reason it's that high is because I used a lot of the PayPal money. And then I had PayPal money that sort of made up, it's my money, so it made up some of the difference of the, 60% of the net revenue last year went to true crime related charities and a DNA fund. Okay. This year so far it's right around 50%, and this month it's 50.02, or last month was. All right. So, it's it's crazy. It's crazy. But the last few months of last year were so nuts that I gave extra because it was like, this is crazy. So, anyways, that's the truth. And one day, I actually have it in a spreadsheet here. I'll show the actual numbers. These people come up with these crazy numbers, like I make $7 million a year, or $380,000 or something. Man, if I did that, I'd be retiring on Easy Street. Wait, what? Oh, really? That's a 7-pounder? Shit, that's pretty big. 7 pound, 10 ounces. You never heard of Lake Oswego, Mark Willis? Lake Oswego, Oregon? Yeah, isn't it crazy, Cindy? These people are just... Yeah, so there's a Lake Oswego, and only people just water ski in it. But when I was a kid, I used to sneak down there, and man, I'd catch these, I caught 2 17-inch crappies in there. A couple of bigger, decent sized ones too, like 14 inches, but normally they're 8 or 7 or, little. And then I caught a 13-inch bluegill in there. And then I caught a 5-pound largemouth. I mean, I think there were giants in that lake. Absolute monsters in that lake. Actually, you probably never heard of Lake Oswego since you probably don't live in Oregon. You have fans, Cindy? Wow. Oh, those ones, yeah. They're crazy people. Just don't bother with any of that, Cindy. Just ignore it. Okay, they feel so horrible about themselves that they sit there and trash every single person that watches. And just don't worry about that. They're embarrassing people. They think it's the other way around because they are misinformed people. Let's see, walleye are the best. Yeah, well, I actually had a huge walleye in the Columbia River. I actually tried it under this bridge with a fly rod with a little fake imitation crawdad and was using it fly fishing, and it sunk, and boom, I had it on, but I lost it. I never really caught one. They're kind of like perch, but bigger. I'm sure they're related. They look the same. And let's see. So the garage is... What did they do today? They turned off the water outside, so we couldn't flush the toilet for a while. So they've gutted all the walls and everything. Looks like they put some ceiling joists up. They drilled a hole in the concrete. You know something that most people don't realize when they're construction is the work they do that has nothing to do with construction. Like they for example, right now it has something to do with it, but I have a water heater in the garage, right? So they've lifted it off the ground about 3 feet, built a nice little, not 3 feet, like 2 feet, built a platform for it. It's sitting right on there, nice and sturdy, but it's only there so that they can build the subflooring, which is like going to be 9 inches. They'll build it. Then later when the floor's there, they'll take that platform away and put it on there. For example, in the back, they have a door that's, we lock it, but they had to build it really tall and make it longer temporarily because the floor is going to be down there. It's just really weird. But they do a lot of stuff to get things out of the way so they can do things. I mean, like for example, the garage door is gone, but they absolutely created this massive construction with plywood and everything, hammering it in. So that's there now. And then they go do work. Then they take it out the next time. Yeah, the problem is it just takes so long to... it's going to be like 3 months of this shit. Yeah, I'm just going to take little videos from time to time. And then at some point I'll show those. And then, when they get a little further along, maybe the drywall's in there and stuff. That'd be kind of cool. No, well, it's connected to the house, but there used to be a door in my kitchen that went out to the garage, but we sealed that in, or I did anyways, like 12 years ago or something, maybe 15 years ago, and sealed it in and made a bigger kitchen, and where the refrigerator is now is where the door used to be that went to the garage. So now you have to go out this a door that's just right next to it. You go outside and go down some steps and then up some steps into another door that goes into the garage. But what's going to be cool is they're actually going to make a deck outside of the garage door that's only one step down, but it's level with the house. So when you walk out the house door, you're on the same deck that leads to the deck that we already have. So it's going to be kind of cool. And then there's just, you walk over, take one step up, and go into the garage where, where the office and, what do you call it? Like the a bathroom and a washing machine, stuff like that. I don't know. I've been saving up for like 4 years to do it, so we'll see how it goes. Should be pretty cool. God, really? Hold on. Hello, who's this? What's up, Scouting Dude?
Did I hear you right? You said you fly fish?
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to go to Oregon so I can fly fish with you.
Do you do it? I mean, I fly fish for anything, really. It's fun to fly fish for bluegill, trout, anything. I mean, bluegill are fun on a fly rod because they fight really hard on that.
So, would you like to hear a hilarious fly fishing story?
Yeah, what is it?
Okay, so everybody out there, somebody's going to get offended. I don't care. So just live with my story. So I taught myself how to fly fish in Iraq. I bought one of them like little $40 Fluger rods, the whole kit thing.
Oh, yeah?
And I took the barb off, the big bumblebee hook, and I taught myself how to fly fish.
Yeah.
When I get back to Fort Carson, Colorado, every chance I could, I'd be up in the mountains fly fishing. And I fished for a year and never caught anything. Well, then we went up to Estes Park. I paid for a guide to go out with me. And the dude, he teaches in Boulder. He's a biology professor, so fly fishing's he loves it. And I pay the money, I go out, he tells me how to set up he asks me to set up my fly rod. I set up the fly rod, he tells me, I do my casting or whatever, he goes, no, I don't know what's wrong with you. And we went to one little spot, and he's like, all you got to do. He's like, all that 10-2 stuff with the movie The River Runs Through It.
That does work if you do it how you're supposed to do it. You flick it back to 2. You kind of slowly and then accelerate back, but then stop at 2 o'clock. And just when it's about to unravel, you accelerate and flick it forward to 10 o'clock. And then it goes out, and then you sort of let your rod tip drop a little bit as it settles in way out there flatly into the water. It does kind of work like that, but yeah.
Well, this professor guy, he goes, all that crap you see in the movies, it's garbage. He goes, all you got to do is make the fly hit the water in a natural way. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right. He goes, put a grasshopper on your line. So I put a grasshopper on it, and he goes, all right, now use it like a bow and arrow.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those people. It's small. Was it a smaller kind of creek, or?
Yes, it was densely wooded. And so I do it, it hits the other bank, and as soon as it hits the water,
boom,
caught a Colorado State fish, the cutthroat trout, I think it is.
Yeah, they
but
got a lot of those.
Can't keep any of them. You have to release them back. And I'm like, sweet. So then I outfished that guy that day. Well, I get back to, what was it? Fort Carson, and my first weekend out, I go out and I catch a beautiful 2-foot rainbow trout. Take it home.
Wow, that's huge.
I clean it. I'm going to eat it, and this officer, I can't remember what his name was, but he called me up and he's like, "Hey, did you have any luck fly fishing today?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I caught this huge rainbow trout."
Well, I'm going to guess what the story is. I'll just tell you. Well, I can't really guess it. They might give it away, but I was going to think you were fishing in a hatchery.
No.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
And he goes, "Don't eat it." And this dude's from Texas. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Don't eat it, man." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "That's a gay trout."
What does that mean?
And I'm like, "What?" Exactly. He goes, "Where were you fishing?" I go, South Platte River, up over by Deckers or whatever. And he's like, "Yeah, have you ever seen a 2-foot rainbow trout come out of there?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "It's because it's gay. If you eat it, it's going to taste like shit." I'm like, "Shut up." I'm like, "Fish, they don't know." I'm like, "You're just a fucking idiot." And so I leave. I get home, I bake my fish, and that fish was the worst tasting trout I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, but what is he talking about? Like that doesn't even exist in the fishing world.
No, he just said it was gay because nobody caught it and it didn't die or something. The dude was an idiot.
Yeah, well, I don't. It's Lillian's making faces. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know what that even means though. Like, that doesn't even make.
I have
sense.
No idea. He just
How did
said
he
it
know?
would
What
taste
did
like
he see?
shit,
What
and
did he
it
saw
did.
you catch it?
No, I was kind of popular in the Army.
Mm-hmm.
And what was it? I was talking to an Army buddy today that he moved to, what was it? He either moved to Portland, Oregon or Seattle, Washington, one of the two. I can't remember. But we were talking today and he goes, "You know what? I've never met anybody like you, and I'm thinking about moving back to Kentucky just so I can listen to you in group." And like an example, we get this chaplain come in when we're at Fort Carson. We get this new chaplain come in, and our squadron commander has him go up, and he's given his little introduction for the safety brief before you go out for the weekend. And he goes, "If you got staff duty, if you're on staff duty or CQ, you sit at a desk for 24 hours. You answer the phone and do security checks all night." And he goes, if you're on CQ, I will bring you cookies. And he's going on and on and on that how great of a chaplain he is because he gives people food. I'm like, all right, I have staff duty Monday morning. So I'm there bright and early. He comes in from doing PT. I'm like, hey, sir, where's my cookies? He's like, what? I go, you said in your briefing on Friday that if we were on CQ, you would give us cookies. And he's like, okay. So then he leaves. He comes back at 9 o'clock. And I'm like, hey, sir, where are the cookies at? Well, then this went on all day. Every time I saw him, I'm like, where are our cookies? I'm like, this private over here is starving to death. Where are our cookies? And he's like, I swear, Sergeant Malloy, that the reason why God put you on this earth was to test me. And I'm like, okay, where are my cookies? He storms off. Well, then he comes back the next day with a 10-pound bag of like Jolly Ranchers, 4 or 5 boxes of cookies, and he's bringing all this stuff in to give it to me to shut me up. And our squadron commander looks at this dude and he goes, hey, Chaplain Gunchin, you going to be munching on all that crap? So the chaplain got nicknamed Munchin Gunchin.
Jesus.
Every time from that point forward, whenever the chaplain saw me, he would give me cook anything, sweets, whatever, when we're in the field. So my guy's got all kinds of tanker treats out there. But he would be leaning across the desk to go do something, and I would walk by him, and I would grab one of his ass cheeks and squeeze it, like, get up in there. And he would sit there and go, ooh. And, yeah.
And you said
everybody loved me.
Hey, how about this one? How about this one right here? The somebody in the chat said maybe that person was referring to because a rainbow trout, you know, the rainbow symbol.
Okay.
So maybe that's what he was saying when he was telling you that.
Maybe, but the dude was an idiot. He blew himself up drinking and trying to grill.
Like literally?
He kept dumping his lighter fluid, the grill fluid on it, and the shit blew up on him. That was 2 weeks after I caught that trout. And then they have him up in front of formation, giving a safety briefing, all bandaged up, his eyebrows, eyelashes all burned off. He's got 2nd and 3rd degree burns on his arm, and he's telling everybody that you do not drink and barbecue.
Yeah, probably not the smartest thing in the world. Not ever clear, anyways. Yeah.
I got a bottle of that up on top of my fridge.
Well, there you go. But anyways, I think I'm about ready to end the show. It's been a long day for me again. Now, earlier the daytime show was 4 hours and 30-something minutes. That's a long one.
All right, man. You have a great night.
Well, what are you doing?
I'll talk to you later.
Are you?
What am I doing?
Yeah, are you there with Adniram?
No. Nope. She's at her place. I'm kicking it with my daughter tonight.
Oh, cool. Well, that sounds like
she just
fun.
gave me a look.
Say hello. Say hello.
Yeah,
the freak, say hello to your daughter. There you go. Tell her that.
She is freaking hilarious.
Tell her the freak, say hello.
She's just, all the freaks are saying hi to you.
Who's a freak? What freaks?
Grant Hughes Investigates. The True Crime Channel.
Yeah.
I've been telling you about. Well, everybody in the chat saying hi. All right. Love you.
Oh, yeah. You know what I was going to say? When I fished on the Metolius River one time, I'm a pretty good fly fisher. I mean, I have the form and I know how to cast everything. I want to do that. I keep watching this guy on YouTube where he uses a fly that's thicker on the surface that a trout might eat, but it's really the float for a nymph that's right below it. So you kind of make it like 2 or 3 feet and you cast out the fly and it goes down And man, you just watch the fly, and as soon as the fly goes in the water, boom! And man, this guy just nails them all day long. But I was fishing on the Metolius one time, and I just put on a new leader, so you know how it comes all in a circle. Anyway, it's in this little packet. So I put it on my fly line, and it just kind of all bunched up. So I was like, I don't have time. So I put the fly in the end, and I casted it out there. When it hit the water, it went. It landed right in the middle of this huge ring of line, and then there's this little bloop right where the fly was, and I go, oh shit, and I set the hook, and it was a 19-inch native rainbow. It's like, man, I caught one on the worst cast in the history of the planet. Took me an hour to get, like 45 minutes to land the damn thing, and the water's like 38 or 39 degrees. It's so cold, and my friend who's really into like preserving and the fish and everything, he gets in the water, and he's sitting in the water for 10 or 15 minutes reviving it. And then he goes, okay, you take over. As soon as I took over, looks fresh, boom, looks fresh to me. And I let it swim away. I'm not going to sit in there. Are you kidding me? Like, what the hell are you doing? The water's like 38 degrees. You guys are crazy people. Yeah. Yeah.
That is awesome.
That was my trout story. But anyways, all right. Well, I hope you have a great rest of the weekend, man. Appreciate you coming in.
Yep, I will.
Yep, and thanks again. I'll always say thanks for the service that you gave to the country and everything. Every single time. All right? Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, man. Have a good one. All right, see you. Scouting dude. All right, you guys. I think that's going to do it for me tonight. Didn't look like any of the family members called in. It would have been cool to... I tried to post it and give it to people that might be able to see it, but... why do you have your Dropbox on your name, Danielle? Yeah, I would just take that off. Doesn't even make sense. It makes me think of the pedophile ring every time I see that. Yeah, it's always fun when Scout and Dude calls in. Okay, here we go, everybody. Hey, look at that. We made the goal. I appreciate it. But I hope you guys found that interesting. We went through all 6 cases from when they originally happened. So thanks to Teresa Murray, Mona L, Metalman Joe 59, Danielle, Eugenie, Kathy Chapin, not related to Ethan, RMA, Emily Flotilla, Never Illa, Mark Willis, Scoutin' Dude he did the avocado dance, Wendy Peppercorn, Heather Shields, Brown Eyed Girl 714, Rosie Girl, Your Gypsy, Juniper's Tarot and Magic, Papa Q, Cindy Leon, Tony Egenoir, Shelly Pink, Frida 657, Kathy Fredmaker, and then subscribers are Heather Shields and No Man of God. And members could also be like when you comment using the member comment thing. Danielle, Judy T, Heather Shields, Crystal, oh man, Shelly Seashells, Lisa Valenzuela, and Ron G. Is that like Ron Chi? Like Ron G? Get it? Anyways, what do you guys think of that? Do you think it's let me do one last poll here. How about this? I'll do a different type of poll here. Okay, so now you get two options here. You got a serial killer or drugs and other death not related, not from a serial killer, just sort of like randomness. There you go, there's one of those messages. Katie Lucas right there. I think there's somebody that was... yeah, you got the 205 Mall one, the Gateway Transit Center. Those are right near each other. The fast food place. I mean, look at this right here. Just this right here, you guys. Watch this. Just watch this. So, you know, Ashley Reel was at the Gateway Transit, and here, she lived there, and at the Burger King, and then Mall 205. Those are two of the people right there. And then the unknown Native American was right there. I don't know, man. This just seems too dense and in too short of amount of time. Oh, you can't see. Okay, well, never mind. It's not a big deal. I was just showing this right here. So you have Ashley Reel was at, you know, would spend time there, and she was at this Burger King. Here's the Mall 205 with Kristin Smith, I think was her name. And then right down here is the unknown Native American. And they seem to all have ties to right in this area here in a really short amount of time. So there you go. All right, everybody. Thank you all very much for being here tonight. Really appreciate it. Thanks. Oh, Jesus. Forgot about that one. That's the for Halloween. Yes. So thank you again all for being here and supporting the channel. And tomorrow we'll be doing day number, shit, what are we on? 49, I think, in the Jodi Arias trial, where DeMarte's still on the stand. She's pretty good, you gotta admit. Well, thanks, KK. You too. Well, we didn't make it to the spin level, but I can give away. Maybe I'll give away some. Well, I'll do it. I'll do a spin. What the hell? Wasn't really gonna do one, but we're still short. It's funny when on the night show, when I put the goal up there, it's less than what it would naturally be without it. Not sure. It doesn't help on this one. All right, so here we go. I'll do a spin for, even though we didn't make it to the cutoff, but since Jessica mentioned it, I'll have to just do it anyways. Let's see. All right. Teresa Murray. All right, there you go. Send me your address. We'll send you one of the blue notebooks. All right, there you go. Well, thanks, everybody. Awesome. We'll see you tomorrow, and thank you very much. Until next time, everybody, be safe out there. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5, and a 6, and a 7, and an 8. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person.
Go Lori, go Lori.
Crime dissector,
a thugger, I'm a certified human lie detector. I'm gonna get you on a stretcher.
If you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector.
Here's my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector. Yeah, I'm always gonna be a protector. Fool reflector, interceptor. And on me knows I'm a spectre with a vector.
On his pector with all
hey, Juju Positive, thanks anyways.
I
I have no agenda. I'm a pretender. and I'll serve it to you straight without a blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send you a mission to the real offender.
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Wow, what in the hell was that?
Just harmonizing, just harmonizing.
Oh, well, it didn't really quite sound like that, but all right, Mary Lou, thank you very much for your contributions. All right, everybody, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow, and be safe out there.